WCLN and Strong Communications, Channel 16. It's 6:02. That's Michael Borkin and the Mighty Voices. He blessed me and goes out to Miss Katie L. Freeman in Roswell, North Carolina. Time now for Tika Talk on WCLN AM and Strong Communications, Channel 16.
Welcome to Tika Talks, as she touches on everyday topics and issues in our lives, encouraging and uplifting. And now, without further ado, introducing Tika.
Hello. I am Tamika Marable King. Thank you for tuning in to Tika Talks. Oh, bless your name, God. Another wonderful Sunday to be seated here. Y'all know 2017 is winding down and we're heading into 2018. I don't know how you're feeling or what you're thinking, what's going on in your mind. As for myself, I am waking up every day with expectancy. You know, I am praying, and I just have to tell myself, God, if anything good can happen today, it's going to happen to me. And I believe that. So, you know, I encourage you to do the same. I really don't know what 2018, has to offer. I'm aware that 2017 brought a lot of pain and, some things that I didn't quite understand. But in the same token, there were a lot of good things that came. But I know 2018 is going to be better. So from that to this, let me tell y'all a little story, of course. There was a young man by the name of Danny Simpson, and he lived in Ottawa, Canada, and he went and robbed a bank. He robbed him of $6,000. Well, of course, shortly after that, he was captured. Now, the tragedy of this true story is that the weapon used in the robbery was a 1918 .45 caliber semi-automatic Colt. This weapon was worth $100,000. Yeah, I know, you're shaking your head. So he robs the bank of $6,000, but the weapon he used to rob the bank with was worth $100,000. What am I saying? Sometimes we have no clue about the value of what we possess. Don't you think, had Danny known the gun he was holding, using in the robbery, was worth $100,000, he would not have robbed the bank. He wouldn't have became a thief. Instead, he would have, went and sold the gun and had so much more money. But the problem with us is we don't really know the value of what we hold in our hands or what we have until it's too late. Somebody better check their value, okay? The one thing we possess that is greater than anything is our relationship with God. And because we can possess that and we have the ability to connect with him all day long, every single day, that is priceless. And with that value comes so much in our lives. People are busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, or here, in this age, the Kardashians. But what are you really gaining? What do you really have? Or what are you losing? Because the value of my relationship with God, I wouldn't take anything for. God is so good, and he does so much, even when I'm not worthy of what he allows in my life. It's still going on. I think that sometimes whenever we are devaluing ourselves or not quite recognizing the value we possess, we tolerate and put up with things that we should not. I'm not just talking about young people. I'm talking about older people as well. When I say the things that we deal with, I'm talking relationships. I'm talking jobs. I'm talking attitudes. I'm talking behaviors. Sometimes we think that we are exempt because of our age group, or, well, this only applies to young people and this only applies to old people. But I'm talking to all people, because the truth of the matter is we all have the ability to connect with God. Earlier today, I was at church and my niece said the prayer, Ariel. Y'all, when I tell y'all she prays like an adult, that baby blew my mind on today. And I was thinking how we neglect to recognize how great we can be through the power that God has placed on the inside of us. I'm telling you, she is so awesome. I was so proud of her. And I just took that and thought to myself, God, there's got to be something that we can do as adults to be better. in our everyday life, you know. And the first thing that came to my mind is that we don't recognize the value that we already have. We don't even understand that we can be elevated all the more, not because of our own greatness, but because of the greatness of God and the value that he possesses. You know, you aren't going to get anywhere without having him in your life. So you have to know. You have to know. That's right. I got you, boo. He value in your hands. That's it. Because the fact of the matter remains, when you don't recognize it, you don't utilize it. So just like Danny, when he's sitting there robbing the bank of $6,000, holding that weapon worth $100,000, I'm telling y'all, I was just like, what in the world? You know, seriously, that blew my mind, simply because we do it every day. You know, you have creativity that you sleep on. You have the ability to be writing books, teaching, nursing, whatever it is. And people will say, well, I'm too old to try this, or I'm too old to go do that. Or either someone else would say, oh, I'm too young. You know, I don't have myself together because I'm so young. That's no excuse. And, you know, excuses will get us absolutely nowhere. You know, I know I've said this quote before, but excuses are the nails used to build houses of failure. And that's real. You know, you will not excuse your way to the top on any day. So if you can't believe in yourself, and if you can't believe in the things that you try and create and work for, then what are you doing? What are you trying to have? God is telling us that we need to be better. We need to do better, and we don't need to waste what we have. But yet we do. You know what I'm saying? So if this poor boy was going to go to prison behind this poor choice because he didn't know what he held, don't let that be you. You know, don't go down to the death of you without having known what you could have done on this side. Because, of course, you know, with all certainty, we all are going to die. However, everybody won't get a chance to really live. So somebody needs to start living today. Somebody needs to understand that there is so much value in themselves. It is ridiculous. When I began Tika Talks, you know, it was not by this, you know, I didn't come up with this. God gave me this. And I wasn't thinking that it was going to be, you know, much more than just me clicking the button and doing one video. But God said, no, you're going to keep going. I'm going to keep stretching you. You're going to keep leaving your comfort zone as I grow you into who you're supposed to be. So even in the midst of the pain that I'm experiencing from time to time, the different trials, the suffering that we all experience, you know, the pain can push us into our purpose. And that's exactly what it did. Because on my job, it was painful to continue going to work when you're tired of working, when you're tired of that environment. And you already know that's not where you're supposed to be. Y'all, I'm telling you, somebody needs to understand God is telling you to go further, to grind a little harder, to push beyond those limitations. You know, it was uncomfortable leaving the job. And, you know, I've had many uncomfortable moments even after being without that job. But this is my job right here, right now. This is what God has called me to do. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to be next year. But I know that I'm in the right seat right now. I know this is where he wants me to be. And I also know that I hold value. He is everything to me. Oh, God, y'all got me stirred up. Gonna have me crying. Y'all know my lashes. So, you know, what I just want somebody to understand, I love y'all, you know, and God loves us. And because of his greatness and because of his grace and his mercy and how he's able to connect with us and talk to us, that he will teach us and take us where we need to go. He'll open doors and connect us with the right people at the right times. And we just need to be prepared for those opportunities when they come our way, because they're coming. They are coming. Yet, you know, sometimes we are afraid and we don't want to really step out, and I don't want to really go over there because, you know, I don't usually deal with those people because they are so much better than me, or they have so much more than I do. So, you know, I won't really fit in. The devil is a lie. Okay. You have the ability to go wherever you're supposed to go, and he will open the door. He will allow people to begin connecting with you and talking to you and giving you opportunities that you didn't even believe you could have. Just like that. You know, sometimes it don't even take any money whatsoever. That, you know, you're busy thinking it won't work. It's not going to work for me. But then God says it is going to work. You know, even after I left my job, I continued to look for other jobs. And I'm thinking, okay, God going to sit me down for a minute. But I'm sure, I'll go do something else. No. I don't care what I was applying for. I could be qualified. It doesn't matter. God is saying, you want to do something else. I'm telling you to do this. So when you obey and do what I'm telling you to do, you're going to understand it works and you're going to feel good in it. That's it. So I feel good in this. And there are times that I feel like, I'm uncomfortable doing this. But God is like, I got you. Keep going. The Holy Spirit is going to guide you to say what you need to say whenever you need to say it, in whatever space it is. And I've always been able to hold conversations with people, no matter where I am, no matter who it is. I can talk to you, and people usually give me quite a bit regarding their life. That's a gift, and it's a gift that God has given me. And the reason for the gift was because he knew he was going to place me on a platform as such right now. So even when other people aren't believing in what's going on, or they don't really know what's going on, because it's not everybody's place to recognize what God is doing in your life or in the lives of others. Sometimes we get caught up in trying to figure out why they have this or why God allowed them to have the dream that I was hoping I could live. No, because that's not what you need. That's not where you need to be. It's not what you need to do. So God is going to put you where you need to be, doing what you're supposed to do. So you don't need to be jealous or envious of someone else because they are great in where God placed them. That's where they're supposed to be. And this is where you're supposed to be, or wherever you're seated, that's it. And if you recognize that where you are is not where God really wants you, and because of your own limitations and, the things that you have already come up with internally as to why you can't necessarily do it, or I don't have the resources, I don't have the support, I don't have the friends, I don't have the finances. Okay, you can keep making all those excuses only to realize you will die having not lived. Okay? That's just as simple as it's going to get. And I have no desire to be here, on this side and not really live my life. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I desire to do. And so, even when I didn't believe in myself, God was saying, get up, make a video, do something, keep going. It's okay. Everybody's not going to like it. Everybody's not going to be giving you a high five or be down with you. That's okay too. You got to have some people that aren't on board, or it just doesn't work. They're going to push you to be even greater. You let people doubt you. You continue to strive to be who you're supposed to be. It may hurt. It may, there's so many different things that we experience in ourselves. The pain that we experience as we experience life, But what I recognize is that it is made to make us better. It makes us so much better. And I'm so grateful to God for that. I appreciate the fact that even at my darkest hour, God is so awesome and so amazing, and he shows up. And, oh God, he does what he does best. And y'all, can't nobody do you like Jesus. They're not capable. I hope and pray that y'all are as excited about life as I am. That you are trying your best to do what God would have you do. And to have him search your heart and bring to surface all the things that don't belong. To be purged of the things that are hindering you and not allowing you to live your dream, and to not go where you need to go. Because it is definitely time out for that. If you tune in to any news broadcast, you recognize what's going on in this world. Mm-hmm. And God is in need of us to be true servants. And I am a servant of Jesus Christ, okay? First and foremost. So, with that being said, I am blessing you for your week that's to come, this week right here. I am encouraging you to be better than you were last week. I pray that God blesses you. Do what you do best, and that's being you. This week's shout out goes to my baby sister, Stephanie Atkinson. I love you. Thank you for all you do. Also to my older sister, Melisha Newkirk. I don't quite see her or talk to her as much as I used to, but I definitely love you. God bless y'all.
We sure to thank you for that encouraging words, Tika.
Keep
us going on, and we hope your holidays be safe, and tell your family I say hello.
Of course.
All right.